So coming from TechCrunch, who got it from the Wall Street Journal, Anthropic says it's about to have its first profitable quarter. So I think this is kind of an interesting story when we talk about this whole AI fraud debacle and the whole question about what should these AI companies actually be valued at. And the fact of the matter is that first movers, many times in the technology world, simply are not the winners, right? There's this mythology, there is this storyline, this narrative about first mover advantage, right? You're the first company into a particular sector, you hyperscale in that sector, you blitz scale as it used to be called, you try to take over that entire sector, and then you have a monopoly, right? That's the narrative, and that's the story that's been told for like almost 20 years now. The problem with, things like narratives and stories and mythology is that many times it's just simply not how it works, right? Google was not the first search engine. Facebook was not the first social media site. The iPhone, to be clear, was not the first smartphone. So many of these devices and these companies that turned into market leaders, at one time, they weren't even second movers. They were like third movers, fourth movers, fifth movers, and the whole nine yards. And one of the reasons why these later movers can actually be the winners in these particular races is because they can see what mistakes the other companies did, right? One of the problems you get to when you have a company is you only have so many resources. You only have so much time and you only have so much money. And the problem is you are going to deploy resources to do things that are going to fail miserably. You are going to dump so much money into abject failures. And the problem is once that money is gone, like you've learned the lesson from that, but that can be a very expensive lesson, as they say. So one of the things for the people that come behind the first movers is they can simply see what not to spend their money on. They're like, wow, that company spent a lot of money on that disaster. Let's not do that, right? And so they can allocate their resources more appropriately. I think about this with Dario, right? The CEO of Anthropic. I've listened to him do interviews. And one of the interesting things with Dario is he does talk about the cost of resources. Holy crap! They understand the concept of resource cost, right? So if you listen to Sam Altman, right? Sam Altman is 110% behind build, right? The entire concept, intent behind OpenAI is the more hardware you have, the more hardware resources you have, the better AI you get. I would argue there's a whole bunch of questions with that concept, but that's where they're at, right? As soon as they get money in, they deploy it for more compute, more resources, the whole nine yards. So what's interesting to listen to with Dario is Dario's like, well, right, as he says, if he over-invests into hardware resources, and we're talking about the AI world, we're not talking about over-investing by $1,000, $1 million, $1 billion. These people, like $10 billion is table stakes in this world. So one of the things he talks about is like, look, if he over-invests into hardware and then there's problems, the market doesn't come around the way he thinks it will, things change, whatever else, right? That can literally kill his business. And so that's one of the interesting things with Dario. Instead of trying to go after everything, he's not trying to go after everything that AI can do, right? Hyper-focused, basically focused on coding, right? Claude Code is the moneymaker. That is where he can make money. And then when he's looking at allocating resources for hardware resources, he's actually thinking about that. And that's one of the things we've seen with Anthropic is that they've actually put rate limiting, throttling in so that they can actually be constrained within the resources that they have, right? Dario actually has a concept of a resource constraint environment. Well, so if you're running a business, right? We talk about this. There's the technology, there's the product, there's the business, right? So there's the product. So you look at Anthropic, you look at OpenAI, it is what it is. But one of the things you look at the business, you have one business, you have Sam Altman, literally taking your cash, throwing it immediately into the furnace. And then you have another business where Dario takes the cash and says, you know what? we're not going to put that in the furnace quite yet. We're going to put that cash a little to the side to make sure where we should actually allocate that going into the future. And so what you see is that Anthropic may actually have a far better business model, right? So many times we talk about the AI, we talk about models, it's all these frontier models, again, LLM, reasoning models, all that kind of stuff. The other thing in the technology world is the idea of the business model, that Anthropic might actually have a much better business model. And that might be why that Anthropic is now being valued higher than OpenAI. To be clear, all of that is still stupid, right? Anthropic just closed around at a $900 billion valuation. And OpenAI recently closed around at an $850 billion valuation. And so we can start to see where things start to settle out. You know, the thing to think about, like with first mover advantages and all this, is it's interesting. It wasn't that long ago. Was it like a year ago? Like a year ago, everybody was laughing and being mean about Google. How did Google fail so miserably in the AI race, right? Everybody was screaming about how Google was an abject failure in the race for AI. And now we get to now, May of 2026, and Google seems very well positioned in the space of AI. They have their own tensor processing units that can not only do inference, but they can actually also do training. They're super gluing their AI models into everything, Android operating system, Chrome, into their cloud infrastructure. And now you look at it, and Google seems like they're in a very good position where, again, you look at something like OpenAI, I don't see what their value proposition is going forward. I think OpenAI is truly screwed right now. And this goes beyond AI, right? There's AI as a technology, there's AI, the fraud, the Ponzi scheme that's going on. But then there's OpenAI, just OpenAI, the company itself. And as I've said before, I don't see the value proposition of the company, right? If I need coding, I go to Claude Code. If I need an answer, I go to Google, which will probably give me AI. If I need infrastructure type stuff, I'll probably go to Microsoft. That right now might be using OpenAI, but you know, they're creating their own models and all that kind of stuff too. Like I don't see OpenAI's story in 2026, where a company like Anthropic, their story does seem to be getting better and better. So if we take a look at this, they are making, they're going to have a profitable quarter. To be clear, quarter. You always have to be careful when you're reading this. It's like, oh, look, Eli, Anthropic's profitable. Where is your snark now? They're like, no, they're going to be profitable for one quarter. One quarter. Which might actually just be a blip. Literally, their profitability might all come down to they were not able to spend the money fast enough. But anyways, they're profitable for one quarter, which is better than OpenAI can say. So Anthropic has told its investors that it will more than double revenue to about $10.9 billion in its second quarter and deliver an operating profit for the first time, the Wall Street Journal reports. However, the Wall Street Journal reports it may not remain profitable throughout the year due to the large compute costs it's scheduled to incur. So it's scheduled to incur these compute costs. So basically that profitability is probably going to go away. These financials were recently shared with the company's investors as part of a funding round. And so that's one of the things, right? Hey, why should you invest into Anthropic? Look, they're actually going to be a profitable company. Interestingly, this info about Anthropic's alleged profitability dropped the same day as news broke out about OpenAI likely filing for its IPO soon. Anthropic declined to provide further comment. Kitty got claws. We are in the phase of the AI fraud where the claws come out. All right, so you have SpaceX, they're going to IPO at $2 trillion. Anthropic can't do much about that. OpenAI is like, oh crap, the bubble's about to burst. So it looks like they're pushing their IPO ahead. I talked about that before. They apparently have secretly filed for their IPO. Anthropic is looking at it. They actually seem to have, you know, at least a rational concept of how business should operate. So if they're not ready to IPO, there might be a lot of reasons that they're not ready to IPO. One of the things that they can do to try to spike OpenAI's IPO, be like, yeah, well, we're not even worried about IPOing yet. We're already profitable. We're already profitable. Hey, do you want to invest into OpenAI's IPO for a non-profitable company, and they're just going to put your money directly into the furnace? If you wait a little bit, this is what I love about the technology world. Oh, we're going to IPO too. Oh yeah. I mean, do you really want to buy into their IPO? They're not profitable. They don't have a good story. What's their problem? Look, we're going to IPO soon. We're going to IPO. It might be a couple months, might be 6 months, but you might as well wait for our IPO. This is the tech world I love. Remember that back in the Microsoft days? Some company would come out with a product, and then the Microsoft salespeople were like, well, I mean, you could buy their product, but we're gonna have the exact same product in like 6 months. So why don't you hold off on buying their product and buy ours? And that was where the whole concept of vaporware came from, where Microsoft wasn't actually building that product. And so basically it stopped sales to Microsoft's competitors to kill Microsoft's competitors, and Microsoft didn't have to invest in building these new products. Right? That's the technology world I grew up into. So anyways, this might be taking something out of Microsoft's playbook for how to spike the competition. Oh, if nothing else, 2026 is going to be enjoyable. You might be starving out behind the 7-Eleven, but it'll be entertaining. It'll be entertaining. So what do you think about this? What do you think about Anthropic being profitable for a quarter? What do you think about in this crazy wild world that is actually considered an outstanding success? What do you think about this with first mover and second mover and third mover advantage, and basically how Anthropic seems to be doing much better, right? They appear to be an also ran not that long ago, and now they might actually be on top with OpenAI. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they are on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Links are in the doobly-doo. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. And with that, see y'all later.